Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Brooklyn One Light Double Shade Bath Sconce. People love this Brooklyn collection. It is there's pendants, there's sconces, there's all kinds of things. You should check them all out. So this is the double shade version where you're going to have two shades. One is going to be, I'm going to line them up here, above the other, and that's going to give you the opportunity to play designers as far as finishes go. There's also another version of this that uses one shade, and that's the 2013-72, so check it out too. Okay, and watch the video on that too, because there's always good information that I share between videos. Always good. So this is the 2013-74, and let's get into details about it. So the height, overall height of it is going to be 8.6 inches. The width is 6 inches. Here we go. And then depth, that's going to be the projection from the wall coming out, is coming out at 7.2. So mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of the junction box. That's your junction box backplate. Is coming in at 6.1. And let's talk about something else. So let's talk about the installations instructions, because I want to show you more details about this. So when we look at our website, on our webpage for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. Those papers show you great information. Shows you a full parts list, how to put it together, which is super simple. It's also going to show you how there's a 5-inch round backplate diameter that goes over your 4-inch junction box, so check that out. It's regular line voltage. We'll get into that part in just a second. Let's pop over to the glass really quick. I have the glass off it here. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which I'll get more into detail later in the video. There's an embedded retaining ring at the top that's always going to be in silver, but this is kind of hiding up inside of those shades. It's also opaque, so you're not going to see any bulbs, so always good. Okay, let's kind of move on and talk about the shades anyway. So when you look at these shades and you get them in your hand, you're going to see there's actual amazing forging marks on these. So they're beautifully done. Hubbardton Forge really goes to great lengths when they do their designs on these kind of things. So, check them out when you get a chance to get them this close to you. It's always a nice thing to do. As far as finishes go, so you're going to notice there's a pull-down menu that says choose your finish. And you're going to see this is limited to select finishes. You may be using dark smoke and bronze in your bathroom, or you don't have to use this in the bathroom. This could go anywhere. But you're going to notice that select finishes don't include in that list things like bronze and dark smoke. You can do this custom in a coastal bronze and coastal dark smoke. Email me for details on that. So just so you're looking at the 2013-74, say you're going to be mixing this in with another fixture, maybe on the ceiling, that's going to be in dark smoke, or some finish that's not listed there, and you want to get a quote on that, and I'll send it right over to you. Okay, let's get on to a couple other things. Talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. Using a G9 socket. G9 sockets take G9 bulbs. They have the little prongs at the top. Sometimes they're wires, and sometimes they're tabs. Here's a tab one. So if you want to go halogen, you can do that still. People still like halogens. You can go up to 60 watts for a halogen bulb, and they just push right in. Very simple, and you can get them everywhere. Even your local hardware stores, Home Depot, those kind of places, easy to get online. We'll talk about that soon. But a lot of you guys probably want to do LEDs, and that's what we kind of recommend. That's what we use in our showroom. LEDs for this come in all kinds of types, so check all of these out. So you've got the phosphorus ones. They have the yellow strips and lines on them. You get the ones that look like corn cobs that are kind of cool. And this one's a 75 watt equivalent. That's why it's so long. This one's probably a 40 watt equivalent. This is probably a 60 watt equivalent. They use very little electricity. They produce amazing amounts of light, and you can get them in different colors of that light. So I talk about that in every video. We talk about 2700 Kelvin. That's that super yellow light, like a setting sun. You'll see that being offered. And mind you, this is pretty much when you go online, you're going to be able to see all of these different selections. When you go to a hardware store or a home center, they're going to be really limited. Your best bet is to go to like Amazon or someplace like that, or 1001 bulbs. We get our stuff on Amazon. It's just easier to do. Going back, so they'll offer you 2700 Kelvin, super yellow light. They're also going to offer this in daylight. Daylight sounds super warm, doesn't it? It's not super warm. It's a blue-white light, like a hospital waiting room. That is 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white, and that's this nice warm glow coming down on my hands. These are warm white, 3,000 Kelvin LEDs above me, and that's what we like to use. So in this, my choice would probably be a couple things. I would probably go for the max if I was going to be doing this, because you can always dim it down if you buy dimmable bulbs. This is a 75 watt equivalent I got on Amazon. It may be there still, maybe not be there still, but you know, these things pop up all the time, so there's always better bulbs coming out, so you can just do a little research on your own. Make sure it's a dimmable bulb if you want to go in that direction, because there's no reason not to. And the other thing is, talk to your installer. Tell them you're using a dimmable LED so they use the correct dimmer on the wall for you. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. and that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.